Good morning, everybody. We're down here in the shop. About 3 years ago, and most of you have seen the M here. I bought one of these plates, took my power takeoff off, and took it all apart. And the bearings were bad, and I didn't have money enough to buy the bearings at the time. So, it went under the bench. It's been sitting down there in that hole right there. So I just pulled it out. I washed it. It's real clean. And this bearing here I pressed on with a press. That was nothing. I just put I had an old Cummins wrist pin that you can see the shadow of the stain right there where it sat, so I could be pushing on the gears. And yeah, I just put a piece across that, one on each side so I could get down below. Now you can see when I took this apart, they had spot welded this. And I don't know why they spot welded it. You can see there. Yeah, I mean, it was small welds like wire feed. And I can't imagine doing it on welding around a bearing. Because the old bearing, the old one that came off of this was shot. Might have been why, you know, all that slag and crap. I don't know if that's in here. I don't know where the old bearing went to. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about it, I guess. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it on there. I'm not going to go through the trouble of welding that on. I don't know if they were all welded or if that was some repair that a mechanic did. So right now, I've got this set on there, and I'm just getting ready to start tapping that down. I'm not going to press it, you know. My whole life, I've always just taken a big punch, stay in close, and just work back and forth easy. And I'm going to tap that right down. Oh, let's see here if we can get this down. I'm going to turn that every so often so that lip on the seal doesn't get fricked up. And then bolts, so I'll be picking them up off the floor. Yeah, that's almost down all the way. Down. She is down. Everything turns good. I did oil my felt good. There's an oiled felt on the outside of that seal. Feels real nice. So that's those two bearings all set. This bearing here, they didn't have an unshielded one, so we got to do something about that. We're going to see if we can peel that out with a screwdriver. And let's see what we can do here. There's one. This shield is extremely thin. It's real soft. So it doesn't take much to get it out. As you can see, I just took the screwdriver and just drove it into the edge there. And now we're back down to a regular bearing. Because these bearings, we've got to have 90 weight running through them. So, let's see here. Now this needs to go. Yeah, I got the tripod out here. Had to wash all the put a little more oil on it. that's better. Okay, wipe up my mess. So now, gotta turn this over. I'll be back in a minute. So when you put this lever on, you got to make sure that it's running out towards the open end where your stuff is, because this is the side that your control rod hooks to. And I've got it set down in there. It's not tight. I've actually got to hold it down and get a socket to do that. And I'll cotter pin it. I'll do that off camera because it's just a pain in the butt to try to film in there. So I'll be back in a minute. Now, just to keep this thing from flying out here, if you go to torque on this and you're not paying attention, this arm here will swing off that pawl in there, and it'll come flying out at you. Could hit you in the eye or something. So put a block of pine or something behind that, 2x4. Now when you're done, it's that simple. You take it out, blow out the sawdust, and yeah, that's ready to put a cotter pin in now. I just wanted to show you that 2x4 fits in there nice. Save somebody from getting something in the eye. I've got hit in the glasses lenses hard enough before with those pawls that it knocked my glasses right off my head. And probably would have lost an eye if I'd had glass lenses. They come out hard and they come out fast, especially in the transmission. Some of those, they're bare, you know. I don't remember now what the heck it was that I was working in, but I know it was in the oil field. But I do remember where it was, but I don't remember what the machine was. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cotter pin that, and I'll bring you back. Well, as you saw, I tapped this bearing on by hand. I put this one on by hand, but to press the gear onto the shaft, you're going to probably need a press. I'm not saying you can't do it without one, but and make sure you put this collar in there. This collar is what sets your distance, so you got to have it. Sorry for the handheld shaking, but that's it. Yeah, look at that. Spacing is good on top. Collar's tight in the middle. So we'll work our way back over here. And now the only thing to do, and which way is up on that? Well, I guess there really isn't any right. I guess that's the way they had it there. We'll put it back the same way. You can see where we had the sockets on the top. So I'm going to bolt this up and torque it down. I'm going to do that off camera. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I put these up to 35 also, and put a piece of safety wire on them. That's what was on them before. And you know, usually you twist them between a little more, but it's one of those things that there ain't really room enough here to do a normal tie, but we got it done. This here, I did put the quill on like it was supposed to be. Now stuff just needs to be put together. I'm going to go make a gasket to replace this one, and we'll be ready to assemble. But I'm going to do it off camera. I'm going to drill a hole right here, not factory. This is something I'm going to add. This is a condensation trap right in here, and it chews up the bearings. It chews up, as you can see right there, it's almost ate through. I'm going to put some anaerobic sealer on that and run with it. But these, you know how everybody says Farmalls make moisture in the rear ends? Well, that water ends up here, and it just sets there, and it gets onto the bearings and whatnot. So I'm going to be able to take that little 1/8" pipe plug out of there once a year and hopefully just get oil. But if I get water, then that's what it was there for. So I'm going to drill that in tap that off camera. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I thought I had my camera on, I didn't. All you have to do is just throw this through. Goes pretty easy, straightforward. Make sure that you put some oil on the front shaft. And then this, I got this wrong. No, maybe not. I guess that's meant to hold oil out here all the time or go through the gear. Not really sure, but that's definitely the way it goes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now these here, I'm going to put some anaerobic sealer, which is going to take me a minute to get it smeared on because it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I'll be back. I'm going to try to drop this in from behind, but I've got that anaerobic sealer on it. And we'll see here how this goes. There we go, we got one started. Got two started. We got it made now. Well, that's feeling pretty good. Well, let's see here. This one here is the one we're doing. I'd say that old girl's done. There. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't read the manuals for a long time, but I think you're supposed to put either a pint or a quart of oil on the top when you start these, if they've been rebuilt. I'll have to read the manual. Yeah, it goes right in here. So anyway, it all works. Yeah, I was sitting on that, but anyway. Yeah, next thing will be putting it on the tractor. We'll talk to you later. pretty hard work to see down through there with this light, but you can see right there that the gears are meshing good. They rotate free. That's really the only place that you can inspect those two gears. I was just curious there. I hadn't actually looked at them yet, but I knew they felt good and they had the same shims in them, so I figured they had to be good. But anyway, yeah, I know it wasn't real good quality video on this one. I was trying to hurry and get stuff done. It was a little over 3 years since I took this apart, which didn't help. So I was a little frustrated with a few things I frigged up there in a few places, just because I forgot how it went together. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next time when we get ready to put it on the tractor.